Good evening, friends. You are most welcome to Think Eyes channel. Today we are discussing the Yojana magazine summary, September 2020, Ethics and Integrity. Our first topic is the big reform National Education Policy. National Education Policy NEP 2020, released on 29th July 2020, is a historic and ambitious document. With an eye on future, it speaks of all aspects of education during our times. The last national education policy was created in 1986. During these years, the world has changed in unprecedented ways. Against this backdrop, various aspects of the policy have been dealt in following sections. First is Early Childhood Care and Education ECCE. The policy says over 85% of the children's cumulative brain development occurs prior to the age of 6, indicating the critical importance of appropriate care of the brain in early years. Hence, the policymakers have reimagined pre primary education and have envisaged to integrate this stage of a child's physical, mental, and cognitive development with the extant formal schooling pattern. As a result, 10 plus 2 model is to be replaced by a 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 model of ECCE, that is Early Childhood Care and Education and Schooling. ECCE, that is Early Childhood Care and Education, shall take place from the ages of 3 to 6 in Anganwadis, Balvatikas, and play schools. This will be followed by class 1 and 2 in school. These 5 years constitute the foundational stage of education. This will be followed by class 3 to class 5, 3 years, class 6 to class 8, 3 years, and class 9 to 12, 4 years. This proposed structure is in sync with the age ranges or developmental stages of children. The overreaching goal is to ensure universal access to high quality ECCE, that is Early Childhood Care and Education, across the country. A national curricular and pedagogical framework of ECCE, that is Early Childhood Care and Education, will be developed by the NCERT. This will focus on several important aspects of ECCE, including high quality ECC teacher preparedness. The policy plans to bring four crucial central ministers together for smooth integration of ECCE into school education. These ministries are MHRD, Ministry of Home, Human Resource Development, that is Ministry of Education now, WCD, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, MOH and FW, and Tribal Affairs. Second is school education. A special emphasis has been given on learning to be holistic, experimental, integrative, and enjoyable. The policy aims at real understanding and towards learning how to learn. It expressed its dissatisfaction about the persistence of rote learning, something that the National Curriculum Framework of 2005 had tried to cure. The proposed curricular and pedagogic approach underscores critical thinking and learning based on inquiry, discovery, discussion, and analysis. Equitable and inclusive education, National Education Policy 2020, equal opportunities to children with special needs, CWSN or Divyang, separate strategies for focused attention on reducing the social category gaps in school education. Third is curriculum overhaul. Policy doesn't recognize stubborn distinctions between different curricular areas and among curricular and co-curricular and extracurricular areas. Art and sports integrated education will be important strands in this cross curricular pedagogic approach. Flexibility in course choice will be another curricular advantage for students. The thought behind this curricular overhaul is to create holistic and well rounded individuals equipped with the key 21st century skills. And fourth part is teachers training. Teachers' capacity cannot be enhanced unless they are pre and in service education, service conditions, and terms of recruitment and deployment do not receive renewed focus and uplift. The policy treats these concerns in a detailed and sensitive manner. To attract outstanding students to teaching profession, it purposes a large number of merit-based scholarship for pursuing quality 4-year integrated B.Ed programs with a special focus on rural areas. It is also proposed to strengthen teachers' ability test with respect to the assessment of several parameters: subject content and pedagogy, classroom teaching, passion and motivation for the profession, and proficiency of teaching in the local language. These tests will therefore include teaching, demonstration, and interview components. In order to maximize the ability of teachers to do their jobs effectively, the excessive and arbitrary transfers will be stopped and teachers will not be involved in assignments that have no bearing on their work. Teachers' professional anatomy, teachers' professional autonomy. Autonomy will be restored and a comprehensive merit based structure of tenure, promotion, and salary structure will be developed. The policy also advises that teachers' education will be gradually moved by 2030 to multidisciplinary colleges and universities. A new and comprehensive national curriculum framework for teachers' education will be prepared by the National Council for Teachers' Education by 2021 in consultation with NCERT. Fifth is higher education. Some of the silent problems of higher education system in India are rigid separation of disciplines, limited teachers and institutional autonomy, lack of focus on equality and relevant research, and poor institutional governance. Multidisciplinary flexibility and autonomy are central to the reform proposed by the policy. The decision to do away with the rigid separation between different disciplines and the provisions of the freedom to exit and intercourses, as these will be credit based, will truly liberate learners. The policy grants them freedom to choose what to learn and how to learn and when to learn. Now one can opt to study Sanskrit along with the mathematics or music with physics. The policy's proposal to integrate engineering courses at institutions such as IITs, NITs with the arts and the humanities in order to move towards holistic and multidisciplinary education would surely enthusiast every thinking being. The principal thrust of the policy is to curb fragmentation of higher education through restructuring higher education institutions into large multidisciplinary universities, colleges, and higher education institution clusters or knowledge hubs. Though all such multidisciplinary universities are advised to carry out teachings, research, and community engagement, some would develop as teaching intensive universities and some as research intensive ones. In order to create a robust ecosystem for high quality research, the policy advises the creation of a National Research Foundation NRF. The foundation's main objective will be to identify priority areas or themes for research and coordinate with different academic institutions and funding agencies in order to ensure synergy of the purpose. The policy aims to integrate vocational education with mainstream education. Starting with vocational exposure in the middle and secondary classes, quality vocational education will be integrated smoothly into higher education. This will ensure that every individual learns at least one vocational one vocation and is able to develop a sense of dignity of labor and respect for various vocations. Thank you very much.